A little bit about kind of what's happening tomorrow. What stretch of Townline are you guys starting with?
So tomorrow we're going to be starting the Townline project that extends from Grand Avenue up to East Hill Drive. We will be starting with breaking the pavement tomorrow morning, about 7 in the morning. You'll see traffic control go up, and the first stretch is stage 1. Stage 1 goes from Grand Avenue to 10th Avenue, and then stage 2 goes from 10th to Northwestern, and stage 3 goes from Northwestern to East Hill Drive. First they'll come through with the breaking up of the pavement, then you're going to start seeing more people come through, and they're going to be digging up for sanitary sewer, water, and storm sewer.
So you guys seem like one of the important things to you guys is, kind of working with the community, being able, to get the work done, but still, kind of accommodate them throughout this, right?
Yes. So we'll have project staff on site every day, both the contractor and the DOT. There will be a presence from the city of Wausau as well. They're out there to help the community. We need to maintain access for emergency vehicles throughout the construction of the project. So when you see the water and the storm sewer and the sanitary sewer coming through, you'll be the local community will be getting door knocks and notification hung on their doors, allowing them to know that disturbance is going to be in front of their house that day. So they should plan accordingly to go to parking on side streets if possible, otherwise to coordinate with our on-site staff and the contractor to maintain access that they need throughout the day.
So then at no point, at least what was said in the meeting today, at no point it seems like that Townline is going to be closed completely with no access. People are going to be able to still drive down the street to their houses, or like you said, emergency vehicles are going to be able to get down Townline, school buses too.
We will maintain local traffic as much as possible. Now, obviously, when we're digging in 10, 12 feet into the ground for those water sewer connections, it's going to be difficult to do that. But as we said, we will be notifying people within 24 hours to let them know that access is going to be limited during that day. The contractor is also working with First Student to maintain bus service, and they're also working with Wausau Metro to allow them to set up temporary bus stops through the area as well.
So then, from what I'm hearing, then is communication is going to be paramount throughout this whole process, because you're just disrupting people's lives in this area, right?
Yes, and the key is for the community, we have a presence out there, and we have given out information as far as who to contact. If you're having issues, we want you to come and talk to us. We're here to help you guys out through construction. We understand construction disrupts people's lives, but in the end, we're trying to get a better product for everybody to have a nice road at the end of the day.
So you're the engineer for this project. I'm guessing you've done for several others. Then, what do you find is the biggest concern that you've run into with people?
Access. The access is always the number one concern with the local community. Is how do I get to my home? Will I be able to get into my home? And will emergency services be able to get to my road? And like I said, part of the contract here is that the contractor has to maintain that service, and they'll have to. So the contractor will also have to maintain services such as garbage pickup and postal service as well. It's how are we disrupting the local community's lives?
So then, as far as getting creative with getting people to their houses, that was discussed a little bit here today. I mean, how are you going to find ways to do that when suddenly something's come up?
We'll communicate as much as possible. We can't plan for everything in construction, but we will try to let them know, especially like the contractor talked about. We're going to go from segment to segment, letting people know the disruption is in front of their house that day, and to plan for that day that there's going to be limited access to their house.
And then they mentioned kind of sealing the project up, or at least wrapping things up at night. The construction hours go until 5:30, and then after that there will be access. Is that correct?
Yes.
For the most part?
Contractor will maintain local access through the road, so it's going to be probably a gravel surface for them to drive through, but it will be traversable by their vehicles, so that way they can access their homes every night.
So construction would go from 7 a.m. to 5:30 throughout the project, throughout the whole project.
There will be times that the contractor is going to have to work on Saturdays. It's a little bit of an accelerated project because there's the railroad and craft food plant is in there. So there will be weekend work when they have to work on the railroad crossing, as well as just trying to make sure they stay on schedule. So there will be some weekend work, but in general, they're trying to stay from that 7 to 5:30 time period.
And then do you kind of have a timeline that you hope to stick to in terms of phase 1 being done by such and such date, and then phase 2 being done, and then
So tentatively, stage 1 should go from starting tomorrow until roughly around the 4th of July, July 1st. Stage 2 will go from roughly around the month of July, and then stage 3, which will be from Northwestern up to East Hill, will roughly go from the end of July until mid-October.
Okay. And so the whole project you hope to have done by mid-October.
Correct. Mid-October is when we hope to have the job completed.
You know, along with residents, there are also some businesses along that stretch of road. You guys are working with them too, I'm guessing, to make sure that they have access, that they're able to serve their customers as well.
Yes. Throughout the project, there's been communication both in design and in construction to notify those the local neighborhood and the businesses along Townline, and we've had a walking presence on the construction site for the last couple of weeks. So we've been working with those businesses and coordinating with them how we're going to maintain access to them during construction.
I think that's good.